Okay, good evening everyone. I'd like to officially open the meeting. We acknowledge the Whadjuk people as the traditional owners of the Greater Fremantle Walyalup area, and we recognise that their cultural and heritage beliefs are still important today. This meeting is being recorded and live streamed. While all care is taken to maintain privacy, visitors in the gallery may be recorded. So firstly, we'll just acknowledge the apologies. Councillor Slaughter is absent and Councillor Van Dawson is absent. The next thing to go through, disclosures of interest by members. Is there anything by any members to disclose? No, thank you. Deputations, any deputations? Now would be the time for public question time, but we have no one in the gallery to ask questions today. So just to acknowledge that this is when that would occur. Presentations, we don't have any presentations today. So we move on to the confirmation of the minutes from the last Audit, Risk and Improvement Committee on the 1st of December 2025. Can someone move and second that? Frank, Councillor Mofflin and Councillor Kamada. Right, can we just vote for all members to accept those minutes? Okay. That was carried by all, unanimous. Okay, so the next part of the meeting we go to the reports and recommendations for the committee. Just before we start, are there any confidential matters that any of the members would like to raise before we start discussing? No? Okay, so we'll move through these items one at a time. So our first report is the Audit Actions Report. The recommendation is on the screen, so could I have a mover and a seconder? Mayor Laura and Councillor Sullivan. So are there any questions or discussions around that? Anything anybody would like to raise? No? Okay. Can we take the vote then to accept the report? All in favour? Okay, that's carried. Thank you very much. The next report is the Emerging Issues Report. Recommendation on the screen. Can I have a mover and seconder, please? Councillor Mofflin. Councillor Sullivan. Any discussion, any comments anybody would like to make about any of this one?
Yeah, just got one question.
Just pop your microphone on. It's the right-hand button.
There you go. Just one question in relation to, you've got one of the issues in the Emerging Issues Report about net zero carbon emissions commitment and that. And I did go online, have a bit of a look and see whether there was any publicly available reporting on that. Now, last time I could see it was about 21, 22. So I suppose my question is that it'd be interesting to see, given that that's an emerging issue for us, whether there's some sort of reporting that might come to the committee showing us about how we're meeting those goals and what are the key KPIs for us, and what's the plan basically to address that.
Graham, would you like to answer that?
Thank you. There is an officer working group that focuses in on sustainability and actions that we're looking at in respect to our targets towards net zero. We're currently developing an action plan, thinking about what we might do and how we might achieve some of the targets that we've set. At this point in time, there's no targets established and reporting mechanism in place, but we are now developing that through the budget process with a series of actions and a programme of works.
Okay, can we just, I suppose, get a bit of a date of when that might be completed so we can actually get some sort of report. And one of the things that I've sort of noticed since my tenants at the committee and that is we could probably drive this a little bit better in regards to a action sheet. So we actually, from meeting to meeting, if there's actions that are taken at the meeting, we probably need to track those and put those at the forefront of the meeting, so at the start of the meeting, so that we can actually say, okay, there was an action taken at this point in time about delivering a report, how we're going in regards to that going forward. Thanks.
Anyone else?
I'll also just briefly note about the towards net zero. This past year, the council had created a community emissions reduction working group, and so for the previous 12 months, we're also focused on what we could do to help our community reduce emissions. So there was a lot of staff time and a lot of work put into that as well. And I understand as an organization, we do want to strive to get to net zero as well, and it's good that we'll be bringing that through. But I just didn't want people to think we weren't doing anything in that space over that period of time, because we were focused on doing some really good work.
The only other thing to note from me on the emerging issues is we are looking for a risk assessment to come to this committee about one of the emerging issues. So that would be an action to come through next time as well, if we could. So that would be great. Anyone else? Can we take a vote to receive the report? All members in favour? That's carried. Thank you very much. Okay, the next item is an information report about purchasing card holders. And so can I get someone to move this, we accept the information? And second, yes? So that was Mayor Lorver and Councillor Moughlin. So any discussion around this? Anybody got any queries? Thank you, Councillor Moughlin.
Thank you, through the chair. Yeah, I just wanted to acknowledge, I suppose, picking up on the point that the independent member made before in regards to reports coming back. Thanks to officers for coming back on purchase card holders and the work that has actually gone into addressing the finding from the Office of the Auditor General, and particularly providing greater transparency both in reporting at ordinary council meetings, but also as part of this to give us a better understanding of the breadth and scale of purchasing cards across the organisation. And I think it's a good step forward, and as part of our ordinary council meeting agenda, is important for us to make sure that we cast our eye over how that is being managed.
Thank you. Anyone else with any comments? Councillor Sullivan, yeah.
Yeah, thank you. And I think this matter was something that was actually raised at the annual electors meeting as well, from memory, that trying to get a better understanding about purchase card holders and how that money is audited and dealt with. And I think thank the officers for providing a clearer understanding in the report about the way in which that system is managed and what the responsibilities are and what the limitations are, so that the public can see how that works. Obviously, just having a list is great, but it doesn't tell you the whole story. But the rest of the story is in the report, so anyone should be able to have access to that and see how it works. So thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments? Okay, members, can we take a vote to receive this information? All in favour? Okay, carried. Thank you very much. Our next report is the procurement policy exemptions, November 2025 to February 2026. Can I have a mover for the recommendation? Mr. Pearce, and a seconder? Councillor Kamada. Any discussion or comments around this one? No? Okay, can we take a vote then for the members, all in favour? Yep, carried, thank you. The next report is the tenders awarded under delegation for the period November 2025 to February 2026. Can I have a mover to receive the information? Mr Pearce. Seconder? Councillor Kamada. Any discussion on this? Anybody got any queries or? No? Good. Right, we'll take a vote to accept that. All members in favour? Thank you. That was carried. So our next report is the overdue debtors report as at February 2026. Can we have a mover to accept this report, receive this report? Councillor Moughlin, and a seconder? Mr Pearce. Any discussion, anybody? Yes, Councillor Moughlin.
Thank you. I just wanted to make a comment in regards to the report and actually the scale of the report. And I think in the 6 years that I've been as part of this committee, it's the smallest report that we've had, both in terms of individual items, but quantity of funds which are overdue. So it's a great outcome for us that we are well and truly on top of it. I know it's been a process over time to get down to that and to manage those individual debtors, so it's a really good outcome.
Thank you. Any other comments, queries? Okay, can we vote to accept that report? All members? Yes, carried, thank you. So that concludes the reports. The next item on the agenda is health and safety and environment. We have nothing. Legal, reputation and brand, nothing there. No motions of which previous notion has been given. No urgent business that's been added and no late items. So I'll declare the meeting closed at 6:15 p.m.